So how's this? The limo intro for the 400 girls. I've got Tamsin Lewis.
It's pretty nerve-wracking. You're already nervous before 4 as it is. Poor girls, they don't even get to enjoy the ride because they're probably thinking about the pain that's about to come.
That's right.
This is a great race.
It's good, isn't it? I'm just going to pop that over to the side here. So tell us,
It's a really good
rematch
lineup.
of the Nationals. Caitlin
Yeah.
Sargent, Annalise Ruby. They pushed each other all the way to the finish. So should be a great cracking race between those two and the other girls.
I love watching these two girls race 400s. They both have a lot of fire in their belly, and they both have a heap of talent. So for me, I think these two girls are going to push each other over the next few years to really fast times because they've both run 52s, but they're capable of running sub 52. So they're so tight when they race each other. Like one wins one race and the next will win the next race. That I can't even pick a winner.
Yeah. No. Well, good luck if you can pick this one tonight. If you're sitting there at home, tweet it into us. Who do you think the 1, 2, 3 is going to be? Molly Blakey. I think she was second or third place last year at the Hunter Track Classic.
She was third last year. I think. Yep.
Caitlin Sargent and Annalise Ruby. What about the 4x400 relay? We get that back on the rails?
I think we can. I think with athletes such as Molly Blakey, who's a junior coming through, she's only 16 years of age. I met Molly when she was about 3 because I knew her father, which shows my age. But and she's loved athletics from then, so it's been great to watch her progression. And so she's got a lot of talent. There's obviously Jess Thornton, who ran very fast at Townsville at the Junior Championships, and Abby and Morgan Mitchell back home, who went to the last World Juniors. So there's a lot of potential there in the women's 400 to, fingers crossed, maybe get us back to the heydays of when we had 7 girls under 52 seconds in the year 2000.
Yeah, and it's great to see a bit of a spread across the states there. We've got the Queenslanders, New South Wales, and then Abby from Tasmania as well. So yeah, wouldn't it be great that I know Annalise Ruby had qualified for the 4x4 relay last year. We didn't get a team for the World Champs, so if we can get that standard there for Glasgow, I mean, surely they're going to be a chance of taking out the gold.
Well, we have great history in the Commonwealth Games 4x4 relays, so I think that if we can get 4 girls together out there on the track, and if we can get them, in a positive frame of mind, and you've got Annalise and Caitlin leading the way with sub 52 second runs on the board, it could be exciting. We could have a future of 4x400 teams that are, going to be well worth watching. And then Yana, she's going to be coming back after bobsledding.
Is that right?
Fingers crossed. We can get her out to Rio. Her running a 50-point split would be pretty helpful in the team.
Well, look, and I've heard the bobsled is a pivotal point in a lot of 400-metre women's runners' careers. So all the best to Yana over there in Sochi. What are we, 20 days to go or whatever it is? So I
think her block starts are going to be pretty darn good when she comes back to the track.
Yeah, I reckon. Yeah. So. No, look, it's fantastic, and you don't. One thing I meant to say as well, Tamsin, you don't feel like you have to stay seated on this couch for the entire race. You are allowed to stand up, just not allowed to get on the track. That's all.
No chance. I'm happy on this side of the fence. It's much easier watching a 400 than feeling the pain at 200 and having to run through it.
Tell us, I asked Sonia just a little minute ago about the 1500. When the 1500 was on, about the conditions down here on the track. Is it almost perfect for what you want to race in?
It's pretty good for a 400 because as a 400 runner, you like the tailwind down the back straight so that, by the time you get to 300 metres, you're already in pain anyway. So it doesn't matter if it's a headwind or a tail there. But if you can use the tail down the back straight and switch off a little bit and get to that 200 mark quite fast, but without using too much energy, I think you could see some fast times tonight because it's, as I said, a good field and good conditions for the 400.
We'll leave it in the hands of the starters. They move up on the blocks and we'll see how we get things underway here in the women's 400 metres.
Okay, they're away from the inside. That's Bartholomew Klein, Vanderwall, Delamont there, and Sargent, the Queenslander, in the middle of the field.
They're both really fast sprinters, Annalise and Caitlin. So Caitlin ran on 11.7 over the 100 metres the other day, so she's going to have a lot of speed over that first 200.
So in the middle of the field, all the
Annalise has gone out very hard.
Yeah,
Ruby,
Ruby in lane 6, making up a lot of ground already in the first half of the race.
So Ruby.
This is going to be a ding-dong battle, I think, Tamsin.
This is the dead corner, we call it, where it makes or breaks 400 runners. If you can run through it, which Annalise is doing beautifully. This is a great race.
Looks like Ruby out in front. Sargent,
She's about where she was this time last year, Annalise.
Trying to challenge Blakey.
Sargent pushing.
Outside, battling there.
Annalise is holding her form really well.
It's a great run from the Queenslander.
The win picks up. Sargent.
Ruby and takes her.
Oh.
Great win there from Caitlin Sargent in blustery conditions, 54.37, the winning time. Just taking Annalise Ruby there on the line.
That was a great race. Great early season race.
Yeah, it certainly was. What a great finish. It was Ruby with 50 metres to go in line with where we are here on the couch there, and then Sargent just came through on the inside and just took it by the smallest of margins.
Annalise will get a lot out of that race though, because she went out really fast because Caitlin had the benefit of the inside lane, so could watch what Annalise was doing, and she didn't die at 200. She attacked it all the way through that third 100, and she just got tired in the last 50 metres. But you know what? They're the races that make or break you, and she'll come off that race very well. And Caitlin finished strongly, which was exciting to watch. Means that she's got great speed, but she's also a lot fitter this year.
So all good signs for women's 400 metres here in Australia, and we look forward to cheering on Annalise and Caitlin in many more duels as the weeks and months progress. But thanks again, Tamsin, for your call there. You've probably got an award to go and present very shortly, so thanks again. We'll see you soon.
Thanks, guys. Tough race out there against Annalise, but you're looking a lot fitter. Good finish. Was that the plan?
Yeah, we've been, I think, coming from the speed background, obviously, everyone ones and twos as a junior, so the speed endurance, strength endurance has been an area for us to work on, and we kind of started to get it right last year, and so just trying to do a bit more of the same this year and hopefully see the reward later in the season.
Well, last year you went to the World Champs and you got to compete in an individual event for the first time. Tell us about that experience.
It was really exciting for me. I think that was always one of those goals to tick off, because I obviously got to run the relay in 2011. That was a really nice intro to international competition, but the individual was really awesome. Wasn't the best prep not knowing I was running it until about 2 weeks, about 4 weeks before, but I got to run in Matley Monstro's heat, and she was a defending world champion, which was a really great experience.
Now, I think that you and Annalise Ruby are going to have some ding-dong battles this season. Like, you've gone from one of you wins, the next one wins. The Nationals race last year was one of the best races to watch as a spectator. And tonight's race did not disappoint. Tell us about the battles. Do you enjoy them? Is it good having somebody there to push you?
Yeah, I think it's really great. I often lament up in Queensland, there's not a lot of girls running fours. At the moment, there's obviously Beth who ran tonight, which is good, but we don't have a lot of depth. So at least to have it on a national scale, someone who's right there pushing you all the time, which obviously I had you when I was coming through as a junior, and now Annalise and I are so closely matched, and we just push each other and keep pushing each other. And I think we both did really big PBs last season, and I think part of that is due to being able to race each other all the time and have that competition.
Well, it's exciting, and I think if you girls keep performing like that, it's going to be great to watch through this domestic season. Caitlin Sargent, winner of our women's 400, a great, fantastic time, and I think this season you're going to go very well at the Commonwealth Games.
Thank you.
So joining us on what is becoming a slightly sweaty and dewy couch down here trackside, I've got another Queenslander, Caitlin Sargent, winner of the women's 400 metres tonight. Caitlin, well done.
Thank you. It was a tough race tonight.
You had to work for it all the way to the end, didn't you?
Yeah, absolutely. Often I'm the one who goes out fast, and Annalise was chasing me down. So we had a role reversal tonight, and I just managed to just get her on the line.
Excellent. Actually, as Tamsin and I were watching, Annalise was still ahead with 50 to go, and then you obviously just held off, got her back there in the final straight. You guys have been having some great duels. I remember watching the Nationals last year, and I can see that happening, and as Tamsin mentioned, for many years to come.
Yeah, hopefully. It's really great to have someone to push you in the event. As I said to Tamsin earlier, there's not a whole lot of girls in Queensland, so when we run club races, I'm out on my own. So it's really great to be able to come away to Grand Prix races and really have someone right on my shoulder the whole time.
And tell us, it must be, not only from an individual point of view, it'd be great to keep working on the great form that you've got, but how good would it be to run for Australia in that 4x4 relay? Hope, fingers crossed, it all goes well and we can get that team there.
Yeah, definitely. So obviously Annalise and I are pretty much in the shape we need to be for that team, and we've definitely got some strong juniors coming through.
Great.
So if we can just get them to keep improving, we'll hopefully have a great team.
Excellent. Well, what's next for you on the domestic circuit?
There aren't too many fours on this season in the domestic, so we've got Melbourne, but hopefully we'll get in a 4x4 or a 200 in Sydney, but probably mostly club races for the season,
Yeah, okay. Well done. Thanks again for coming down to the Hunter Track Classic, and well done on your win.
Great, thank you.
Cheers.